So you want to talk about the Olympics?
Yeah, dude, I think the Olympics are dumb as shit. I really do. I like the concept. I just feel like we should not fight any more wars and like only use the Olympics. But I also think it should be unanimous, like which sports are played. So like, I don't think it should be any dumb ones that no one ever plays.
Or better yet, like there's the Special Olympics, there's the regular Olympics, and then they should have like
The average Olympics.
cocaine Olympics.
No.
Like how far
No.
can the human body really go if we pumped so much into the body?
They are talking about doing the Steroid Olympics, which I'm interested in. I think that'd be a fun thing to watch, to like just watch superhuman freaks go out there and do their thing.
It's like I will pay good money to see how far can we actually run.
I think it should only be sports. This is my point. Like I think it should only be sports that everyone has played or like everyone has the capability of playing, right? So like the fact that like a kid in New York City has never done the ski shoot thing, like how can he relate to that? It's not fun. It's not interesting. We should be playing like wall ball. You know what I mean? Like hopscotch.
It's gonna be like monotonous because like, oh, hopscotch, there's no real.
Well, I mean, hopscotch is a bad example. I'm just saying like things that like you would find at like a typical recess. You know what I mean? That like every country can play. Like soccer, you know, that's a sport everybody plays. That's why it's in the Olympics. Why do we have sports that no one has ever done before? Like fencing is like on the line because it's like everyone has access to it, but no one really does it.
What would be really cool? Home Depot Olympics.
Why Home Depot?
Fencing, but not fencing. Like, how fast can you actually build a fence? What? Like, we get the best Amish people in America and see how fast can they build a barn.
The Amish have
That
done
would be insane.
some amazing things. I wish there were more Amish people in this world. I really do mean that. Like I'd watch them put up barns in like 2-3 days, fully functional structures, 2-3 days, while simultaneously making the best corn dogs of all time. Like they're an incredible race of people, and it sucks that they're limited to Pennsylvania. I don't know if like they don't think they can leave. I don't know how that works. Like I don't know if they know there's things beyond Pennsylvania's walls. But we need to get more Amish people around. You know, like Donald Trump, how do we move the Amish people around this country to be more productive?
At the same time, it's like you take those people out of the place that made them who they are.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you take them out of Pennsylvania, would they still be considered Amish? Because now they're like exposed to a different country, different like lifestyle.
No, I think Amish people are. What are the Amish? They're Mennonite, right? Like it's a religion. So yeah, I think you can be a religion anywhere. I don't know why it's limited to Pennsylvania. Again, I don't know what they believe. I might be offending a bunch of Amish people, but I don't have to worry about that because they don't have the internet.
Why would they be on here? Why are you on here?
Actually,
what are you doing on here?
Amish people might be the only group that you'll never be canceled by. It's actually pretty sick. You can make fun of Amish people as much as you want. I might just start taking all of my jokes and directing them towards the Amish because who's going to come after me?
The minorities? No.
No.
It's like what minority?
No. Minorities are great. We love minorities. We love women. We hate Amish. We hate the Amish. Like, because, you know, who cares? No, I'm just kidding. I actually do love the Amish.
It's actually funny. It's funny how some people would place themselves in a category that doesn't exactly exist.
Minority.
Yeah, because it's like, what makes you a minority? There's less of us. Okay. How many of you in the world? There's less of us. Okay. It's a reflection of the world. Okay.
Is it the world though, or is it just like that geographical?
It's like some people would take on a victim mentality because someone said that they are this. They are.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of groups at all. Like, I don't like anything that you're born into. Like, I just don't believe in that. Like, I just think it's silly to associate yourself with anything. Unless it's like directly affecting you because you are that minority, which I'm sure is out there. Like I can't speak to it because I am a white man and I don't
with a baseball cap.
I just don't subscribe to that way of thinking. I just think it's kind of a waste of time. Like you can put your energy in anything, and if you put it into something that you can't control, like what are you doing? Like put it into something you can control, you'll have better results, no matter what that is. Like groups can be great if it's self-elected.
There's genuine racism, which like people really just base people off of skin color.
Right.
But then there's also like culture.
Think about the real racism that I think is really kind of like funny in today's media is like the thing to do is call people Nazis. Like when they do anything that you don't like or whatever, like immediately people are like Nazi. Nazis aren't closeted. That's something that I feel like should go on the record. Like real Nazis, there's no closeted Nazis. Like Nazis aren't hiding in the closet. Like, aren't they like the proud Aryan race? Like they're proud. They identify as Nazis. You don't have to like label anyone a Nazi because they've already done it themselves.
When people can't control other people, they'll do whatever they can to categorize it.
I like that. Write that down. That must be the 1900 milligrams of caffeine talking.
224.
I'm glad I didn't drink that one.
You had one that was 120 plus that 90.
Yeah, right. And imagine if I had 2 of those. We'd take over Pennsylvania. We'd go after those Amish. We would conquer their territory. They need direction. They need a leader.
You just got that crash.
Oh, I'm going to crash hard tonight. I'm going to sleep like a baby. I'm going to show up to jiu-jitsu tomorrow and people are going to be like, are you hungover? I'm going to be like, no, I don't know what this is, but I feel like I'm on meth. I don't like it. Actually, no, it's probably meth. Meth hypes you up, right?
I have no idea.
I mean, neither do I.
The less I know, the better. Oh, that's a drug?
You think if you knew what meth was, it might harm you?
No, if I knew what it was, now I would be like, I'm informed. I'm educated. I know what this is. I know it can't hurt. That's not...
I'm pretty sure you don't snort meth. That's like one thing I know about meth. I'm pretty sure.
Good. It's just so stupid.
Yeah, sorry. I'm informing you about so many terrible things. Your pure heart and your bolo tie. Don't ever go hunting with me because I'm just going to try and push you as far as I can take it.
Which is how you treat yourself.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to just stagnate.
Yeah, but I think I just get bored and I'm like, how far can I push you? You know? I don't know.
Yeah, no.
It's kind of fun.
Well, you do that with Baby Moose.
Oh, yeah. My whole goal with him is to kill him every time we roll so that one day he can kill me and then I'll quit jiu-jitsu. Like that is the plan. Like I want him to be the absolute best version of himself that he can be. And the only way to do that is through going 100%.
I like how you said it. You're trying to make him the best person he can be.
Oh, yeah.
And not the best person you want him to be.
I don't have any expectations for him. I just want to help him. And my role is to just give him the best version of myself. The same thing that we were talking about at the beginning of this podcast, where it was like if a lower rank isn't showing up for me, like you're doing me a huge disservice. Like you got to do your best. You can't just fold mentally right before it starts. And I know like I've talked to Bob about this too, where it's like some people just like, they don't want to try and push you, but like it's not doing anyone a favor here. And when I'm pushing you, it means I either respect you or I think that you have potential or something like that. Sure, there are times where people just annoy me because they like are behaving or not rolling with proper etiquette, and yeah, I'll turn it up on them because they annoy me. But more often than not, if I'm pushing you, it's because you're probably a younger guy who can handle it, and it will make you better. You have plenty of time to get those reps where you can practice your elbow escape and your trap and rolls on other white belts or other blue belts or people to your skill level. But if I don't push you, you don't know what your ceiling is. Like you don't know what it's like to really roll with somebody who's trying to kill you. And like, to me, it's like doing the biggest disservice to not try and do that to somebody. It's disrespectful. Unless, of course, it's like somebody who, again, is like way older or way smaller or whatever it is, who doesn't have that potential. And then you're just kind of being a jerk. But my coach, and this is something that also really helps me out early on in my career, whatever that means, my jiu-jitsu journey. You have to have somebody who is your skill level that you get to like compete against every single day and you're neck and neck. And you have to have somebody who's so much better than you that you have to know where that, you know, where you can get to. You're a look into the future. But you also have to have somebody that you can just absolutely wail on. And you need all levels of that. If you don't have all three, like you're not going to get the best training. And of course, you're not going to have anyone that you can wail on up front. But then that new guy comes in the door, you need to be able to, that's how you practice. That's how you get better. That's how you refine. And then you compete against that next person who's next in line, who's at your skill level, and then you get destroyed. And that is the formula. And you just keep doing that until eventually you're outweighing the people who can destroy you. And that's the game. One of the other things I wanted to mention while I was on here too was one thing that I also took away from my coach down in Laurel was this idea of the beast versus the tactician. And there's two different styles of jiu-jitsu. There's two different personalities, and there's the tactician and again, the beast. I would put Dave on the tactician side. He's so technical. He's got the fundamentals and he knows how to apply that strategy to anyone and everyone, and he makes them pay, and he will set you up for a trap that he's 19 steps ahead with. And you just think the grapple just started, you know, like he's amazing with that. And then you have somebody like Bob, who is more of that beast. Also very technical, but like he like just knows how to put that like that aggression into like a calculated move or roll or whatever it is. And you don't want to fall like too far to one side. Ideally what you want to be like through your grappling career, just like right in the middle. And I wish my coach had told me that when I was a white belt, because when I was a white belt, I was all the way to the beast side. Like I had no technique. Not that I wasn't being taught the technique. It was just like I was getting results just trying to destroy people. Brute force, being stronger, being bigger, whatever it was. And if I would have focused more on the technical side to try and meet right there in the middle, I would be so much better than I am right now. Since coming to XCal though, and I had that conversation with my coach in Laurel, he really pushed me to try and make that a priority.
Do you have to have the center line, or do you just have to do whatever works the best for you?
I think you have to do whatever works best for you, but you need to be able to do both. Because if you can't turn on that beast, then it's like, you know,
the technique doesn't matter.
It's not that it doesn't matter. It will prevail. Like you look at somebody like Dave. Dave doesn't need to be a beast at all, but he has it. You know what I mean? Like he could choose to turn that on whenever he wants. He just doesn't need to because he's so much better. He's got so much more technical knowledge. He's great at what he's doing, so he's going to keep doing that. But if he couldn't turn the beast on, it could be a problem. Same thing with Bob. Bob's an absolute dog. He's a killer. He's a beast. But if he didn't have the technique to back it, it wouldn't get him anywhere either. So it's like we all have the ability to go one way or the other, but your roles should be right in the middle. Does that make sense? And that's where I'm trying to get to more and more every day, is refine that technique where I'm calm, cool, and collected, but then I turn it up and then go back to calm, cool, collected, turn it up. And then it's very challenging for people to deal with that style of grappling. And it's a lot more for you too, as a grappler, I think, to be like, you know, I can't just be playing technical on my back the entire time when somebody else picks it up. And I can't just be mobbing people because, you know, it just doesn't work that way.